Hello, everyone. Coming up, global theme park attendance grew 5% in 2018, and we're going to talk about where Disney was on that list. There's going to be new entertainment and decor coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom for the 2019 holiday season. We're going to talk about the new debuts at Animal Kingdom over the Memorial Day weekend, including Rivers of Light, We Are One, and the new Tree of Life Awakening show with The Lion King. And then we're going to finish out the show with 4 less obvious special touches that make Walt Disney World magical. I had to say it like very staggered there because there was a lot. So that's all coming up from the Bob Varley studio in Orlando, Florida. This is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged episode 1035 for the week of May 28th, 2019. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com and by disboards.com. Amazing discussion boards where you can continue the conversation after you're done watching our shows. You can use it to plan a vacation to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, anywhere you want to go, plus more. So head over to disboards.com and join the discussion today. Hey, everyone. Welcome to this week's show. I am your host, Craig Williams. And
the sweet show?
Did I say sweet show? Welcome to this sweet show. Well, we know one person who's here already by the voice, and I mean, Kathy also laughed a little bit too. Kathy's got a signature laugh. So why don't I just talk about who's in the room right now? And so we'll start with Teresa Eccles.
Hey.
And then move on to my wife, Kylie Williams.
Hi.
And then on to Kathy Whirling.
Hi, everybody.
And followed by Corey Martin.
I'm just happy to be here.
And then, of course, on the controls, Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
Hello. And yes, I am your host, like I said, Craig Williams. Today I'm sitting in for Pete because he is, we're recording this on Monday because Rhino and I leave for California. We should be there by the time this is released. So we'll be in California to see Galaxy's Edge for the first time. But Pete is currently up in New Jersey while we're recording this right now, so that's why he's not here. And
I'm sitting in for John, who's in Hawaii.
I believe you are, and I guess technically Kylie would be sitting in for Kevin, since
who's also with John
in Hawaii. Yes,
Kathy's Kathy. Corey's just happy to be here.
I like. So is this like a throwback to my introductions last week when I specifically threw you under the bus for canceling at the last second?
Hey, I had issues.
Okay.
Life issues, I believe you said. Get my life under control. What did you say?
I think I did say that.
I think I said get your life in order. So.
Yeah, okay. So be happy this week.
Yeah, and
I'll be throwing crap right back at you.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Bring
and the rest of the team who's not here is apparently feels like you don't have to work on Memorial Day for some reason.
What's that about?
We're all here, so...
yeah, I closed the office so I could have the day off, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I'm about to leave for California, so I had to bring my wife to work. So
we're about to work 14 days in a row without
No,
it's
I
fine.
don't get to go.
Oh,
it's fine.
it'll be
It's
fun.
fine.
It'll be okay.
It's all good.
She's fine. It's all going to be okay. We're going to get past this. So I think that's enough nonsensory right up front here.
It's not a word, but
Tomfoolery. We also, as we've discussed many times before, I like to make up my own words from time to time.
I believe nothing you say now.
Fantastic.
Probably a wise choice.
Yeah, I didn't remember which word it was, but
Even when he tells me he loves me, I don't believe it. I don't believe any of that. I know he doesn't.
That's nonsensory, right?
That is nonsensory. We can't talk about our text messages back and forth.
No, we cannot talk about our text messages. HR, do you right here? Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Okay, so I don't think I have any major housekeeping coming up. Teresa, do you want to give any updates on the 20th anniversary of Dreams? Do you have anything? No?
Wow, put me on the spot.
I mean, you don't have to.
It's in August sometime.
It's getting close to the point where...
If you have any questions or about sending in items, email me. teckles@dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Teckles.
Okay, cool.
And we're getting a lot of good items.
Good. Excellent.
I'm not going to give anything away yet, but I'll tell you later.
Very good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, Corey, are the boards all good?
The boards are updated. We are still tweaking
Finally.
things.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're still tweaking things. So be patient if you see stuff. If you do see stuff, go to the technical support forum and let us know.
Is that you?
Yeah. Well, me now. It's
Just keep tweaking and adjusting.
tweaking and adjusting.
Okay.
Summer
There you
flavors
go.
are out at Twisty
Disboards.com. Go check them out.
Yeah,
Did you hear
absolutely.
me?
I did. Twisty Treats summer flavors are now out. That's very exciting. Kathy, are you taking new clients?
I'm always taking new clients.
There you go.
Kathy W. at Dreams Unlimited Travel.
Hey,
Kathy W.
you blew your one shot at
Hey,
putting yourself
Teckles
out
at
there.
Dreams
Nope,
Unlimited Travel.
that's too confusing. Rhino, anything in the back?
No.
Okie dokie. Okay, well, that was fun. I'm glad we did that.
Wait, how you doing, Kylie? Everything cool?
Yeah, I don't think. Have you ever been on a Tuesday show?
I haven't. No.
Okay, yeah, no.
But it's a Monday, Tuesday. Oh,
Yeah, it's a Monday, Tuesday show.
So
You've
it's
never been on a
really
Tuesday?
exclusive.
This is wow.
She-
I feel cool.
She works weekdays, so
I do.
Well, I know.
yeah,
She has a job.
I know she does. So she hasn't been able to ever join us. So I believe her last appearance was in this room was on the
I think I was,
marathon show.
Sitting where you're sitting.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a different view from here.
I
isn't it,
know,
from there?
it's so
She had
different.
kashi for breakfast, Kathy. Did you hear?
I heard.
I had kashi for breakfast.
I brought my banana.
It wasn't the kind that I liked, but that's okay.
That's fine. You know what?
Send him to the store. Okay.
That's
If
what
you don't-
happened.
You gonna take over this, or we just gonna
You know what? All I'm gonna say.
we can keep chatting?
We're gonna get started here. All I'm gonna say is
An hour and a half show.
if you're not happy with the cereal I'm buying, then
Oh, no.
that's all I'm saying. I was generous enough to go to the grocery store and buy kashi.
Oh, Lord
Very
Almighty!
much. I really
I think I'm
appreciate
going down.
Fantastic. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks for causing this fight right before I leave for California for 6 days.
I do love to fuel
He
the
left
fire.
me, and he's going to Galaxy's Edge without me, and he bought the wrong.
But the
Brought the
presents he's
wrong
going to bring
cereal.
back for you.
I don't care about that.
My presents will be brought back.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord! I
There
need
we
to-
go.
Actually.
Okay, let's move on to the news, and it's not a very fun news week. Not bad news. There was one bad news story. We're not going to talk about that one though. But we're gonna.
I don't know what it was, though. Now
It wasn't good.
Left
It was
a mystery.
It was like it's those stories that are like they are important to help remind people that bad stuff does happen at Walt Disney World
Oh,
from time
gosh.
to time, but it always is just a bad flashback to the worst episode we ever filmed, that we had every inappropriate story in the news.
Oh, I'm
And,
familiar.
you know, we're all familiar. I think you were there, and you were there, and you were there, and I was there, and oh, that was a good day. But fun news. So, like I said in the cold open there, global theme park attendance grew 5% in 2018. Disney is still on top. So these numbers were released by the Themed Entertainment Association, TIA, and engineering firm AECOM, AECOM. And like I said, global theme parks saw more than 500 million visitors for the first time in 2018, with attendance jumping 5.4% from 476 million to 501 million. I know, right? It's
It's a big number. I'm
Yeah.
trying to visualize it. Yeah, it's
You
a lot.
can't. You just
lot
don't
of
even try.
people.
Don't try.
Yeah.
So Disney remained the top theme park company with an estimated growth of 4.9%. From 150 million visits to 157 million visits. Merlin Entertainment with Legoland saw 1.5% increase to 67 million visitors. Universal Parks saw 1.2% increase to 50 million. And there's a whole bunch of other familiar names in that whole list. But yeah, in terms of the list, Disney holds 8 of the top 10 and 12 of the top 25 spots, with Magic Kingdom
What
being
if you
the
go back
best.
twice? Are you counted twice, or is it
That would be a question for Tia and ACOM.
okay?
I know they release like a big, long summary of it all, but I'll be honest, I don't read it. So I'm not going to sit here.
Because Kathy takes up a couple hundred of them numbers, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure we'll get an email right now or the YouTube comment saying, why are we talking about this? We're clearly not experts at it. Leave this kind of talk to the experts. But
I love those comments, though.
But I'm gonna talk about it anyways, because this is pretty trivial stuff in the grand scheme of life. But yeah, Magic Kingdom had 20.8 million visitors, up 2%. That's pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
And so what did we say, Kathy, was 100 of those?
Yeah, at
Just at
least.
Magic Kingdom alone.
Right?
At least.
At least.
And number 2 spot was Disneyland Park at the Disneyland Resort with 18.6 million visitors. Tokyo Disneyland was number 3 on the list, 17.9 million. Disney Sea was 14.6 million, number 4 on the list. Animal Kingdom, this was a big jump here. They were up 10% to 13.7 million guests. So they were
went
number
once.
6 on the
Wow,
map.
that made a difference.
It did make a difference. Thank you. I want to say that Pandora, the world of Avatar, kind of made a bigger difference in the.
Me and my family.
Yeah,
Okay.
like your family was a small number of it, but it was more that people wanted to see a bunch of blue guys flying
Cool.
dragons.
I think
in
it's a shame that
space room.
Epcot got beat out by Animal Kingdom.
Why?
I love Animal Kingdom.
Because Epcot's my park.
Well,
So that's
use your distinctive laugh. Oh, there it was. I heard
Did I say signature laugh?
signature. I'm sorry, I said distinctive.
Well, Epcot, speaking of that was number 7 on the list. So just below Animal Kingdom at 12.4 million visitors. And then Hollywood Studios was number 9 on the list with 11.2 million visitors. And yeah, the rest don't really.
Fun
we're
cities
not going to
down
go
there
in
at the
there. Yeah, your house was actually number 26.
I
on the
believe
list.
that. I
So,
believe that.
I
It's a
don't know what was
revolving
happening
door.
there, but
Tickets are cheap.
it seemed. Yikes.
Just got to do housework.
Good. So this is overall good news. I mean, it's always nice when Disney's on top of the list, but besides, I don't see any real surprises there based on how it's been past years. That minus Kathy being upset about Epcot being knocked down a notch by Animal Kingdom. I'm surprised that Hollywood Studios is still holding out in that top 10 with the amount of people who say they hate it and I don't
nothing
want to go
there,
there.
yeah.
There's nothing there. I'm not going to
It'll
do
be
anything.
interesting to see once Star Wars
Yeah.
opens
Oh, yeah.
where
It's
that
going to
goes.
go up. You know
Yeah.
it
Do we
is.
think it's going to completely jump Epcot and Animal Kingdom?
I hope not.
100%.
It
I
will.
think so.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, just on the basis of the numbers, it's at 11.2 million right now, and it actually saw a 5% increase.
People want
From
to go
the
over
previous
to see
year.
what's not happening.
And
Toy Story.
so,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, that would be part of it. And so it had it has 1.2 million people to go to catch up to Epcot, and then 2.5 million to go to Overpass Animal Kingdom at the place that it's currently at on the list.
You know something?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I say pissed off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you just did.
You know,
3, 2, 1.
back to what you said earlier about people making comments about us talking about something we don't know about. That's what people do. They have not those people, but us people or anybody who's having a conversation, right? You have a conversation about something. You don't have to have all the knowledge. Craig does not have all the knowledge.
Okay,
I
but have
understand
this
that.
conversation into your microphone. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It just really upset me thinking about that. People that make those comments, and it's like, you know,
Oh, I mean,
people have conversations. You don't have all the knowledge. That's why you have freaking conversations, right?
I believe that is part of it. I mean, that's why we have books. That's why we have
Right.
everything.
We're here to learn.
I mean,
We're
all
here
you
to
have-
understand.
All you have to do is watch any 24 hours news cycle to realize that no one knows anything.
All you have to do
about
is go on
anything.
Facebook to realize that too. Like, I hate getting those links on Facebook where they're like, "Oh, look at this Magic Kingdom thing." I'm like, "This is completely wrong," but people are still talking
Are
about it.
you on my
But then you're
Facebook
like,
page again?
No, maybe.
My favorite is when the person who died like 8 years ago gets
Yeah.
brought back up and
Or
everyone's
hasn't
like,
died yet,
"Nope,
and they're
gone
dead."
too soon. Gone too soon. Like, yes, they were gone too soon 8 years ago when they died.
And it's kind of sad that if you look up a celebrity, the first thing that pops up is like celebrity's name dead ?
Right? I don't know. It just bothered me. I'm sorry.
No, that's
I
fine.
won't interrupt you again.
So
Maybe.
I think Walt Disney, rest in peace. He just died. I saw on Facebook. So that's sad.
Closing their doors.
Yeah. But a new window will open.
From St. Augustine, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Walt Disney, born and raised St. Augustine, Florida, 1848. So, yep, there's nothing surprising there. Theme park attendance happened, and That's epic. We're gonna hit with a copyright because you're playing that lightly in the background now.
I'm getting my learn on right now. I'm watching Rivers of Light.
Yeah, we'll get there. But we will move on from that story and move over to the next story, and that was new entertainment and decor coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom for the 2019 holiday season. This one is very exciting, very fun. So, Walt Disney World announced that Animal Kingdom will be getting some holiday back into it after. When did the Jingle Jungle Jammin' holiday parade go away? That
Oh my
was-
gosh.
years ago.
Longer than that, I think, right? And not since I've worked here, I don't think.
I think it was either 2013 or 2014. I know Kylie and I saw it the last year together, so it had to be at least 2013.
It was gone the same year they got rid of it was the daytime parade, just the holiday version,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that was yeah, I think that was before 2014. It was
You
crazy.
Don't have your
Yeah.
facts.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm not. It doesn't really matter. Maybe who wrote this story? Maybe Jackie included it in there for historical purposes, and I just didn't get to it yet.
Okay.
But maybe we will. So continuing on Jackie's story here about the decor and stuff. When guests head over the bridge into Discovery Island, they'll find themselves right in the middle of a winter celebration.
Whoa.
The village will be filled with sparkling white holiday decorations that were handcrafted by the artists who call Discovery Island home. Wow. Colorful.
Who are
Animal-inspired
these nomads?
luminaries line the rooftops, and wireframe lanterns in the shape of beautiful birds can be found perched throughout the area.
This kind of sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure
to a
it is.
point. So I like the idea of it. Lots of birds. So are we expecting like turtle doves?
What?
Or
Maybe just two of them.
yeah, like what
Maybe
other?
a partridge and a pear tree.
So we do.
Maybe.
Okay, so we should be expecting partridges. We should be expecting turtle doves. Are there any other? The goose.
Oh yeah,
The goose.
they're laying.
They're laying in
Geese
the
are
trees.
laying?
Geese are laying.
Are there any
You
other
guys don't
holiday
think they'll
birds?
have the drummers drumming though too?
Are they
Like controlling the birds with the drums?
Well, they only specifically mentioned birds. right now.
See, I'm
so-
thinking the birds have to have
Yeah.
commanders or whatever you call the people that wrangle them. I don't know.
Commanders?
The commanders in aviation. I don't know. What are the people called that fly the parrots? You know, when
not
you walk in the
commanders.
park and they parrot commanders.
Yeah. So
Trainer.
I'll make up my own names for things. I don't like your.
yeah, I'm not following you on this one. You'll search.
Kathy's word made a lot more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's neat that they're finally putting something into a park instead of taking something out of
Yeah.
a park.
Put some Christmas ornaments on the tree.
Oh, we're gonna keep going.
Okay, come on.
We're gonna keep going.
Keep
So
going.
during the day, the island will host a gathering of winter animals in the form of life-size artisan sculpted puppets. Reindeer, foxes, polar bears, penguins, and more will interact with guests as they're serenaded by musicians playing festive holiday music.
Oh,
Drummers
boom. I'll drop that mic right there and leave. Also, the last parade was in 2014. I don't want to
There
hear
we
it,
go.
internet.
There we go. So yeah, and if you haven't seen the pictures of the puppets, they're awesome looking. So I can't remember which. I mean, well, honestly, actually looking at them, they kind of look similar to like what they use in like the Lion King musical, like
Cool.
the on Broadway version. So yeah, so that's neat. I want to meet the penguin.
Okay, so is this
That's
only
fun.
going to be when you first enter the park, or is it going to be throughout the park?
This on Discovery Island, it says during the day, so I think we can speculate that it's going to be for a while throughout the day.
I'm sorry, did you say there was going to be decor as well?
We already went the wireframe lanterns in the shape of beautiful birds.
Oh, I thought they were actual birds. I missed
Well, there
that
will
part.
be birds
Yes.
there as well too.
Oh, okay.
And the musicians playing the festive holiday music.
I'm just
That's fun.
wondering, at night, will it all be lit up? Because I would love
well,
that.
let me
okay.
take you there. Rooftop luminaries and bird lanterns will be added to the entire village, and at the center of the park, the Tree of Life will awaken with wintry tales, complemented by a familiar and heartwarming holiday-inspired musical score. The Tree of Life will shimmer and sparkle throughout the night, alive with the magic of nature and the spirit of the
Oh,
holidays.
that sounds pretty.
It does. I mean, I love the Tree of Life Awakenings. I think it's, I mean, we'll get there. Rivers of Light is just a bunch of crap on water, but then That's
I think the
I'm
word he was
paraphrasing
looking for
myself
was
here with it.
stuff on water.
a bunch of crap on water. And then the Tree of Life Awakenings is just a beautiful little serendipitous moment for just a couple minutes at a time, and inspires you with peace and hope. And isn't that what the holidays is all about too? So what?
Nothing.
Holidays is.
He goes from one extreme to the other. He either hates the piece of crap on the water, and then he's like, but then you'll be sentimentally warmed like an inside of a Chewy cookie or something like that.
Yeah.
But so does this now mean, this would mean that every one of the parks now has its own little like holiday celebration stuff going on this year for the
Yes.
first time like ever?
But can you let me finish?
Oh, there's more.
More.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Take us there, Craig.
I will. So let's start. Well, that was Discovery Island, the Tree of Life, that whole area.
there's more?
There's more. So Dino Land, USA.
Oh my God.
Well, guess we'll find their Disney character friends together for Donald's Dino Bash. Colorful holiday decorations in the style of Donald Duck will adorn the land and each of his friends. At night, guests are invited to gather around the Truckosaurus for the holiday hoopla dance party with Chip and Dale and to play interactive games.
You know what they're going to dance to. I'll put all my money down on. We're going to hear a nonstop loop of Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas dancing over there.
Or like T Swift's Last Christmas.
Oh.
You know, get you in the holiday spirit
Yeah.
of heartbreak. And
It should be Wham, but it's fine.
that's not happy enough. Taylor Swift will only bring that happiness.
Move on.
Okay, Asia. The residents of Anandapur will decorate the theater district in celebration of Diwali, the holiday festival of lights in India. Glowing flowers, lanterns, and more illuminate the square between Anandapur Theater and the waterfront stage, home to authentic cultural performances. So they did actually have Diwali this past year. at
Michael
Animal
Scott
Kingdom.
performing daily.
It was it was with the Up a Great Big Bird Adventure, but I wouldn't count one small portion as bringing the holidays throughout. So this is doing a little bit more. But,
Craig, is there still more?
oh wait, there's more. Okay, well let's go to Africa in the village of Harambee. Visitors will be welcomed with a unique holiday presentation, blending the inspiration and style of Western traditions with the colors and textiles of authentic African celebrations. The various groups appearing throughout Harambee introduce holiday-inspired enhancements, including costume additions and new music to their performances. The holiday fun continues inside Tusker House for dining with Disney friends, where Mickey and his pals will spread holiday cheer throughout the meal.
Is there more?
There's more. Oh my God. You know what? I think everyone, we wondered, do they know it's Christmas time at all? I think we asked that question about Pandora, the World of Avatar.
Yeah, that's what the song's
apparently
really about.
They do know it's Christmas time at all because the expats who reside on the moon of Pandora will bring a little Christmas time fun to their alien home with a display at Pongu Pongu of kitschy holiday decor, combining vintage pieces from Earth with items handcrafted from materials indigenous to Pandora.
Nothing like those expats forcing their religious holiday on the blue people of Pandora.
I know. Right?
Do you think that they'll add a red little treat to the green beer so it can be red and green beer?
I mean, I would like to see boba floating, like red boba floating on top of the green beer. So
that would be pretty.
it would be.
I am super... Wait, is there more?
There isn't more, but there won't be snow on Pandora this Christmas.
Oh, I am very excited for this. I am like my big thing with the party was that it never at Magic Kingdom it's like only Main Street and it doesn't really like go through the entire
Right.
park. And this is the first time, other than like the World Showplace in Epcot, where like a holiday celebration is going through an entirety of a
You
park.
can explore the whole park.
I think
Yeah, I
you've
know.
offended me for the first time.
Because I'm bringing
What part?
I'm not even going to say it. Say it again.
Diwali?
You're referring to a
a
fun
hit pop song.
Yeah.
that was it was like a fundraiser. It was a,
Oh yeah, for Feed the World.
Yeah.
I know. I have
Yeah,
no,
feed the planet. Now, feed the other world.
We're trying to feed the Navi here.
Okay.
Trying to feed the planet.
Do they know?
Okay, stop.
Sigourney Weaver at all?
Okay, this will all begin November 8th, 2019. I know where I'll be on that day.
Yeah. Under a rock somewhere. Go ahead.
Did she just threaten me?
Rock.
A big blue rock.
Well, the rocks aren't blue; they just float in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. So I'm excited for that. I know Rhino's excited. Did anyone else say anything? I don't remember. I know you're offended.
There was no time. There was no opening. I was
fried.
just sitting here.
Kathy, happy?
I'm just so excited.
Good. Kylie, happy?
I'm pretty excited.
Kylie, you and I are going. We're gonna
Oh.
go celebrate together.
We will.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounded threatening. I'm sorry.
A little bit. We're airing our grievances today, and that's the perfect time for that. So we are going to now move from that holiday decor and stuff to talk about the new additions that happened at Animal Kingdom over the weekend, and that is Rivers of Light We Are One, as well as the new Tree of Life Awakening show featuring the Lion King. It's still showing the old Tree of Life Awakenings, but now they've also added the Lion King into the mix in celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Lion King. They also kicked off a whole Lion King celebration on Friday with special fun treats and such, but I didn't go.
Is
and
the Tree
check
of
them out.
Life new Lion King or animated Lion King?
Well, if you're familiar with the Tree of Life Awakening show, they already had a Disney medley in there at one point, but it's unique artwork showcasing the Disney movie. So it's not. That's part of the beauty, I think, of this show is that, like, for that Disney medley, they could have gotten away easily by just taking something like The Wonderful World of Animation at Hollywood Studios, take all these clips from Disney movies and throw them up on the Tree of Life. But instead, they took the time to create a new form of art to showcase on the tree, and it's really beautiful. And they did the same. It's basically the story of the Lion King. They have it play out on the tree the entire way through. So they have a stampede moment. They have the moment where Simba meets Timon and Pumbaa. They have the fight, the confrontation between Scar and Simba. I hope I'm not ruining this movie for anyone.
Spoilers.
So you can feel the love tonight when
Only
they
been
show.
25 years.
Well, you know what? I don't know who hasn't seen it yet.
When's the movie coming out?
July.
Maybe.
I don't know when, but July.
Yeah. So sometime in July. So it's actually a really beautiful show. I know Corey just watched it. Kathy, did you go over to see it?
I didn't get over, but I watched your video.
Yeah.
I know the video probably doesn't do it justice, but it looks awesome.
Did
It's
Corey shoot
incredible.
it? Did Corey shoot the video? Not Corey. Did
Call him Fiasco so you don't confuse me.
No, I'm talking about. Did you shoot the video?
Yeah, but my name's not Corey.
His name is Craig.
I know. I'm having a moment. Did you shoot the video?
I did
Greg?
shoot the video. Thank you.
It probably doesn't do it justice.
No, actually,
build-up.
We'll get to Rivers of Light. I will say my Rivers of Light video does not do that. Well, it does that show justice. It's a bad video and it's a bad show.
Oh my.
But my Tree of Life video, I feel like it captures the energy, the appreciation for the Lion King.
There's
And
a tree in his yard.
it was very beautiful watching
Kylie
the
running
show.
around with a kid.
Yeah,
Kylie.
I was doing the puppetry.
Right.
She had the ribbon dancer that she was running around.
Kylie, you were there
practicing.
with me. What did you think of it?
I thought it was beautiful. It was really, really neat. I wish I had a better word. No, but it was really gorgeous. I loved all the artwork, and the music was gorgeous.
So this was the highlight, though. This was the highlight
This
of your.
versus Rivers of Light?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no question.
And this is only, 5 minutes?
Yeah. And
Rivers of Light is an eternity?
Yeah.
It's like 12 minutes, isn't it?
It's an eternity. The new show is 18 minutes.
Oh.
So, but the Tree of Life Awakenings, of course, it happens sporadically throughout the night. With this now, there's 5 total shows that happen on here, so we had to wait. We just missed the Lion King show, and so to watch it the next time, I want to say we waited about 45 minutes to see it come around, and I still don't think it's perfect how they're doing the Tree of Life Awakenings there. They're not playing them often enough, but I understand too that they can't have that going on the tree and it's loud and using different lighting while Rivers of Light is also happening because they use the Tree of Life in the finale of Rivers of Light. So it's just they're not showing stuff on the tree enough. I would prefer it to be like Hollywood Studios during Christmas where it's like almost a constant loop of projections on there. Like they can take 5 minutes here and there, but the girl said I think they only played the Lion King loop as of when it started. The PhotoPass photographer that was out watching it all, she said the Lion King played twice at the point that I asked her, and it only played once more and the park was closed. So
wow.
for something that's like they've touted as brand new, if they're only showing it 3 times a night, that's...
I thought it would have taken over the other ones.
I would have liked for it to be like every other one
Yeah.
for right now, but it's beautiful. If you have the chance to see it, it will be playing until I believe September, the beginning of September. So it's just a limited time show, but it honestly should be added for
Yeah, that was great.
forever. It's actually my favorite of all the shows now. I still like the Disney one that covers everything, but I mean the Lion King, it just fits in Animal Kingdom.
What about the
perfect.
fox, though?
The
I like
sad
the fox.
is really good.
Oh yeah, and the deer's fun too.
So they're all good. So you can't just be like, we'll take out the rest of the good ones. I mean, The Lion King is very good, but I think it should be added in.
Yeah,
not-
it should be added in
It
full time.
shouldn't be taking anything away.
I agree. Something they should take away: Rivers of Light. We Are One.
Oh yes.
So, if you didn't remember, Rivers of Light, it was a show that was happening at Animal Kingdom at nighttime, twice a night, that showcased a bunch of animals on floating fountains. There was weird boats that just started sailing out, lotus flowers shooting off water into the sky, and
And they lit up on fire.
there was a big fire thing that just starts creeping up and
We didn't
starts
talk
shooting
about that
flames.
other fire thing either, which is surprising. But
What other fire thing?
the fire thing that happened over the last couple days, the bus
What?
that caught on fire.
Well, that was
didn't
not
hear that.
reported on our site, so
Oh, well, then I'm just going to say it right now, real quick, and we'll jump back in here. A CP bus caught on fire over the overpass to Magic Kingdom, and they closed the overpass for quite some time, and all the CPs were like running from the bus. I don't mean to laugh at the CPs running from the bus, but the person who took the video, they were like laughing and running, but they were all running, and I was like, oh, what are they all running from? And they turned around, and the bus was straight up on fire. Like the whole back of the backside of the bus was on fire. Sorry.
that is very scary.
I thought everybody heard about that. I'm sorry.
And
No.
I pass the CP buses a lot of times when I'm driving back to our house. and-
College program for people who don't.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. And sometimes you'll see those buses and they'll be empty. And other times you see them like clearly when a shift just changed. And the last time I saw one just less than a week ago, there were so many people on the bus. I would say it was like overfilled times 2 or 3.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And so that's scary now to think that if a bus would catch fire like that and it's overloaded.
Yeah. I do believe everybody was okay. I don't believe there was anything because the person who posted the video was kind of, poking fun at the situation that they were involved in. Still scary nonetheless. You don't want to be on a bus, without Sandra Bullock and something go wrong. So,
Oh, I agree.
But-
Sandy B is who you want to be with.
yeah. Sandy B
I'd rather be
is
with
for me.
Keanu.
You would.
But your show, the new show, question, does it redo the entire story from beginning to end?
Well, let me finish, please.
Please go on, yeah.
Let me finish.
Let's get on this bus and head back
There's
to
still
work.
more.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, there's
still
more?
There's more. Okay, so Rivers of Light, We Are One. It actually had its official debut on Thursday night. I believe they played last Thursday, that is, right before the 24th. So it had debuted on the 23rd. Essentially, they played the last Rivers of Light ever, I think, and then right after that, they did an annual pass holder preview of the new show, and then it officially debuted to guests on Friday the 24th. And the reason for the changes, they wanted to infuse Disney into it, as we talked about a month or two back when this was announced, and it definitely does bring Disney into it, but
Through the what? Through the music?
well, through the music, through the visuals. I know what you're saying, Corey. You sat there and watched the video.
I'm like, what's
what
different?
Visuals?
Well, I mean, what's different? I mean,
what's different? Oh, definitely in the first section.
Are they
The
not
first-
using the water screens as much?
Yes, well, they still are, but
I'm watching it without sound, so it's
you are. No, in the first part, they definitely incorporate clips from The Lion King, Bambi, The Jungle Book, also with music alongside it too. So they bring in the Disney that way, and then they bring it back again at the finale. During the middle section, there's still classic Rivers of Light in there with the music from the original show and just showcasing animals. And that's when like the lantern barges come out and circle around, and the lotus flowers continue
They do their thing.
doing their thing, and the boats come back out as well too. It's
something.
It is something.
It is.
It's
something.
it's just not like it's not as clear as like at like World of Color and stuff like
and
that.
that's
I'm having a hard time
I spent
making
the whole
that.
time like squinting, like, what animal?
I'm just mesmerized
could
by the
that
flowers.
be?
yeah. Well, that's the problem. So the storyline for the show, it technically doesn't need a storyline. Not everything has to have a succinct story. But you would
I
like
think
it.
it needs to have a story. It's like, to me, it just looks like, hey, we got all this neat technology and we're going to float it around on the river and we're going to put up some pictures, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
You have to make up your own backstory.
I don't have to do that when I go to see illuminations or fireworks at Magic Kingdom. Why should I have to make up a story when I come to Animal
But
Kingdom?
I would argue though that the average tourist doesn't understand the actual story of Illuminations, going through from chaos into creation and then see the evolution. I think they probably see it more like a lot of people see Rivers of Light, like, oh, there's some
Look how
there's some
pretty.
pretty stuff, and then
Yeah.
more pretty stuff, and
Yeah,
more
it does
pretty
do that.
stuff.
It's pretty.
Yeah, but the lanterns, the lotus flowers, those are all pretty. The issue with this show still, which they couldn't fix it because they didn't take down the show and go through refurb and stuff. It literally just, they flipped the switch on it over in between literally two shows. They swept the flitch on it. Swept the flitch.
Switch the flip.
Like I said in that
That's a new one. They flipped the switch on it, and it's.
I mean, it's
still
pretty.
you still can't see anything.
It's pretty.
You're looking at this giant water screen, and you can't see anything.
I know. I'm
bad.
looking for stuff.
And it's definitely Disney inspired. They didn't go like full blown Disney on it. They do play which song from The Lion King? Was it Circle of Life?
I don't
Like
think
actually with words? They did one. I don't remember anymore
Yeah, I
at this
don't
point.
either. I watched it.
I
it was
blocked the
very
show.
memorable, clearly.
Oh no, I blocked it out of my mind, and it was bad. It's it's the debut of something new. We see our friends who run other YouTube channels and websites and such, and we all hash it out after the shows. And this was one of those special ones, like I believe the first time we saw Rivers of Light, where we all came together in harmony. And so this was a bad show.
So maybe
Yeah.
that's the point of the show. You can just talk about how bad it is together.
Unite over hatred for Rivers of Light. We are one.
It's not
We are.
hatred. It's just realization of.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that they loved it. Have you? I mean, they go in and go, oh, it's a good show.
It's not. The problem is for me, it's not even good. And
Is it
I
gone?
want. What?
Is it gone? Rivers of Life?
No, Rivers of Light is still there.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
if it's
Where
gone,
have you
why
been?
are we freaking talking about it?
It's. I like that
You keep
they're.
saying they flipped the switch.
Yeah, and they move from one show to the next
Okay.
instantaneously. I want to like the show. I just want to be able to see it. And they right now, in my opinion, we have water-based screen shows. You have, I think, World of Color is probably the pinnacle of it. Maybe Fantasmic is actually right up there. Sometimes I think Fantasmic looks better than World of Color because the Fantasmic screens are smaller. But then I'll even give credit to Universal. They know how to use fountains better than Disney does with Rivers of Light. It's a mess. This show has never looked good from the start. And like it can't be this. They can't let people down like this. I don't think they should.
Well, they didn't raise expectations. So if you've seen it and they went, oh, hey, we've added stuff to it, you'd want to go back. But
The projections on the boat look crisp.
Yes.
yeah,
Those
look crisp.
when they're projecting stuff onto the sails. That's
Yeah.
like the only time you know what's actually happening on the fountains for sure, because they're projecting the same thing, and it's nice. So if you can grab a fast pass for this, I absolutely would. I would not recommend to anyone to wait in the standby line for this unless it's a very slow night. But if you can grab a last-second fast pass, which, like I did, I booked ours the day before it debuted, and I could have got either time for the show. So, and that was over a holiday weekend. So it's out there, but my recommendation, maybe pass on it.
Yeah.
Go
Maybe.
see the Lion King show
Yeah,
instead.
go see Tree of Life Awakenings. That'd be better.
Yeah.
But okay, that's for that. We're gonna move on to rapid fire, and we're gonna start with good old Tess Eccles pulling up a rapid fire.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, we don't have to because we have no slides, obviously, since we're pre-recording. So I could have chosen anyone. Be on your toes, people.
One moment. It's pulling up.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 5. 5.
It's
4.
not happening. It's
Okay,
not
I'll go.
happening.
3.
Go for it. Go with Corey.
All right, Forky character from Toy Story 4 will appear at Typhoon Lagoon's H2O Glow Nights. H2O Glow Nights is being held Thursday and Saturday evenings at Typhoon Lagoon, beginning May 30th, and it's continuing through August 24th. The water park will be transformed into a Toy Story-themed beach party, accompanied by characters, music, and unique lighting effects. So those attending will have the first opportunity to see Forky from the upcoming Toy Story 4.
Cool.
They're really milking Forky,
You
aren't
do
they?
love
Yeah.
Forky, don't you?
I know last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't even know what today is.
I love Forky. I think we all love Forky. He's
cute.
arguably the best character to ever be created for any movie ever.
I think we're talking a little prematurely, but that's fine.
I'm doubling down on it.
Have you ever been to? I've never been to Glow Nights.
Let me just
I
say,
did.
mothers
I
around the
went last
world
year.
have made little Forkies for years.
It's not cool.
Forky is essentially the Poochie of Itchy and Scratchy. And yeah.
The Glow Night I went to last year, I feel like it's not worth it. They make this big deal about it, and it sounds cool. Like, I think the water parks should just be open that late to begin with. It was basically like, I forget the amount of time you have. It might have been 3 or 4 hours in the park, but it definitely wasn't more than that. And they made this big deal about how it's all like Toy Story themed, but there was basically just a DJ on the beach, over by where the wave pool is.
Right.
And that was like it. There was a couple characters that met around the park, but you're like, I paid a lot more than I would have paid to come during the day now just to come at night. And then like there were special food offerings, but it was, you pay a lot for that too. So I was like, what did we really get here? Except for that, like because the park was packed. So it was just like during the day, but now it was nighttime and nothing. There was no, like all the cast members were wearing these glow sticks that said, H2 Glow. And I was like, oh, do we not get one of those? And they're like, oh, there's none left. I'm like, but every cast member has one and none of the people who came to the party had it. And I didn't like it. I didn't think it was worth it.
Have we seen what the character's going to look like? How tall is he going to be?
I think
Giant fork.
I think he's like Buzz Lightyear height.
Like the Michelin Man in Ghostbusters.
That's going to be a little.
He's gonna
the
be huge.
Michelin Man in Ghostbusters.
Right? The big tire man, right? All right, I'm ready for a rapid fire.
Breaks through the walls and goes, oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay, we'll wait till you're done with your giggle fit. I'm going to move on to Kathy, actually.
Okay. They've announced a new memory maker photo spot that they're going to zoom in on you on the East Plaza Garden. They're going to zoom in and take your picture while you're standing there, and then you can get that picture, and then you can get the big one where it's zoomed out, where you see all these other people, but that's you down in the corner.
Yeah, you see like the castle and the entire courtyard and hub and everything.
Yeah. So it's like a video where
Okay.
it starts off where you and your friends are standing there going like, with your hands up, and then it zooms out and you see the castle and you're like, oh my gosh, they're there. They're actually there, because there's no other place to take a photo with you in the castle that would show you're actually at Walt Disney World. This is the only way to show that you were actually there, and then it zooms back in on you, and it's just one of the couple video shots they did. Like there was one now, if you meet Ariel in her grotto area, then I think it goes from like, it was either you go from under the sea up to meet Ariel or down. Some of the videos are cool sometimes, like with the rides. Like you have not been on an attraction that has a ride video yet, have you? Because you
Yes,
seem like...
No, I'm just listening to you ramble. Go ahead.
Oh, it's not rambling. I am making coherent sense. Thank you.
And if you have Memory Maker, you'll be able to share it with your friends.
See,
if
that's
it's just a
cool.
normal person, you won't be able to share it. You can enjoy it on
Just
your
a normal
computer.
person.
You
Can't
know.
share it with normal people. But
Well, you just can
memory
see it on your
people.
computer. You can't share it.
For average people. So, thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Tess, we ready?
Oh, hang on. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Additional dates added through September for Disney After Hours events. Magic Kingdom, the additional dates are August 22nd and 29th, September 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. Animal Kingdom, July 2nd, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. August 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. September 3rd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. Hope you're writing this all down. Hollywood Studios, July 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. $125 plus tax, advance purchase, $129 plus tax for day of purchase, all after hours events. Disney Vacation Club members and annual pass holders can take advantage of the discounted price at $95 plus tax. Tickets for these newly added dates go on sale May 30th.
Excellent. Disney After Hours. Great thing.
Yes,
And I appreciate your rapid fire. Thank you.
I looked hard for this one
I know you did.
among the text messages you sent me.
Thank you. Kylie.
Okay, Walt Disney World expanding mobile order to select hotel restaurants. The convenient mobile order service that's already available at more than 20 Walt Disney dining locations in the theme parks and Disney Springs is expanding to include quick service restaurants at select resort hotels. Wow, that was a mouthful.
Cool.
Right now, it's only available at Caribbean Beach Resort at Centertown Market and Spyglass Grill, but maybe it'll expand to more.
Could happen.
It could.
It also might not. Who knows?
Anything can happen at Disney.
Anything.
Test and adjust. That's how you do it.
That's the motto for my life.
I know.
Oh my gosh, that should be the name of your band. Test and adjust.
Test and adjust.
My band?
Yeah.
It's going to be an awesome band.
Test and adjust,
Test and
yeah.
adjust.
Test and adjust.
Yeah.
Not test. Test.
Test.
Test.
Because she's
Test.
Tess Eccles,
Yeah, okay.
investigative reporter. Tess Eccles.
Yeah.
She's a busy
Yep.
businesswoman.
She is. Rhino.
Okay, so we've got some new sweet treats for May and June at Walt Disney World. The big one that I see the photo going around is the these like waffle. I just lost waffle toppers. I lost the word. Sorry. At various that have like the characters on it. It's got like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, that Tuck that everyone likes, Daisy, and Pluto. Or not Pluto, Goofy. But you can get this now, I believe, at various locations at Magic Kingdom, and then over at Epcot, we've got at the Electric Umbrella, we've got a chocolate ganache and chocolate cookie pieces, a brownie, which is called the Cookie Crunch Brownie.
That sounds so good.
And the photo actually looks
chocolatey.
pretty good too. The California Grill at Disney's Contemporary is serving up a plant-based cashew cheesecake that will definitely kill Kylie.
Sounds to die for.
You can ask your server about that one. It's on the vegan and the vegetarian menu over there. It does sound pretty delicious. The Orange Bird cupcake that is still going to be available at the Artist Palette at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. And then that's a couple new flavors of gelato at Disney Springs at the Vivoli Il Gelato bike that's by the Poutine area. Has a couple new flavors over there. But
What are those flavors?
well, they have limoncello, kiwi, chocolate hazelnut, toasted marshmallow, and brownie brittle. And you can only get those at the bike. You can't get them at the store. So
Kiwi sounds refreshing.
yes. So that's it. Nothing overly,
Kiwi.
nothing crazy.
Excellent. Treats are always fun. Thank you so much.
Treat
Rhino.
yourself.
Okay, we're going to wrap up the show here with a little bit of fun. We're going to talk about an article that was published a couple months ago that
Bless you.
yeah, it
Sorry.
was like a mouse sneezed or something.
Was. So dainty.
Anyways, moving on. We're going to We're going to talk about an article that was published a couple months ago that I thought was a little fun. Just a nice way to wrap up this little special show that we're doing for y'all here. And it's an article by a contributor, Spencer, and called 4 Less Obvious Special Touches That Make Walt Disney World Magical. So I don't think I have to really go in too depth on what the article is about because that's what the title would insinuate. But we'll go over I don't know if Spencer is a male or female, so I apologize on that. I'm going to just say Spencer. We'll go over Spencer's list and see if we agree with any of them, disagree. So the 4 less obvious special touches that make Walt Disney World magical. Spencer thinks number one of these special touches, ducks.
You know it is.
Ducks are the greatest.
I want to be a Disney duck.
Theme park ducks are so cute.
They have the life.
They do.
Unlimited popcorn.
They just hang out. They do their own thing.
And that's what Spencer says. Ducks are seemingly everywhere in Walt Disney World, from the Hub and Magic Kingdom to Kilimanjaro safaris. They have gorgeous, shiny coats and often stunning colors. What's there not to love?
They're the cutest.
They add life to all aspects of already verdant parks, from Liberty Square and Magic Kingdom to Illuminations. Their sweet, innocent quacks and a simple presence permeates Walt Disney World. So, Kathy, you pro duck? Con duck?
I love ducks. I hope she mentions, or this person mentions, squirrels, because squirrels are my favorite.
Unfortunately, the squirrels were not mentioned on there.
But when
the
a squirrel's sitting next to a duck, that's magical. I've actually got a picture of Gracie on the grass that she wasn't supposed to be on, with a squirrel and a duck with her. It was awesome.
That's so Snow White
I had a
of
pet
her.
squirrel once.
It was, right? It was just so cute.
And if you ever see a squirrel riding a duck in Walt Disney World, then I think we can go ahead and just assume that the apocalypse is happening. Because what else will you ever see in
it's
life?
like videos of deer playing with little rabbits. You ever see those videos?
They're so cute.
It's going to be the next PhotoPass thing. They're going to say, put your hand like this.
Right?
You're going to get it.
Get a duck and a
Disney
squirrel.
I want the Disney duck that's like terribly photoshopped on it. Like one flipper isn't even on your hand, but it's like, oh, Disney duck.
What's number 2?
I want
We're already moving
done with
on
the
from
ducks.
ducks?
Are we already moved on from the ducks?
I wanted to get for the people
somebody's
watching.
gonna do
someone's
it.
going to
Okay.
screenshot that and put a duck in my hand now.
Okay, cool.
They're going to make it happen. It's going to be freaking
Photoshop
magical.
challenge. There we go.
Yeah. So next, moving on, ambient music, one of those less obvious touches. So music is everywhere in Walt Disney World, from resorts to attractions and modes of transport, from queues to the WDW Today channel, the one that plays on your in-room TV. Hearing it upon one's return home has an immediate transformative effect.
Good word for you.
And one can feel themselves walking up Main Street, USA, or riding Spaceship Earth. Music has been updated as attractions have been reimagined, and new loops have been composed as new lands open, such as Pandora, the World of Avatar. The minivan service also includes music corresponding to every park and resort on property. It's at a level that the volume is at a level that's not obtrusive in any way, just straddles the line between being a subtle touch and an integral part of the experience.
Imagine it all without music, though.
That's true.
I think I noticed music the most in Future World at Epcot.
But what if
Walking
there were
through.
none? It was just silent.
Yeah.
Just the sound of people breathing and walking around and fussing
People
at
yelling
each
at their
other.
kids.
I have an example of that. I haven't released it yet. It's a park bench that I shot. I was standing near one of the East Gardens, where you can get your photo taken from far away, and it was kind of pointed at the castle, and the normal Main Street loop was going that we know and love, and out of nowhere it just stopped, and it was dead quiet. It was because the Main Street Philharmonic was about to come out, but I had to stop for a second and think, like, when's the last time I ever heard it like this
Nothing.
quiet? Yeah, because I could kind of hear the music far away, like from actual like
But
up and
still,
down Main Street.
no music.
Yeah, in the hub area there was no music, and I feel like they probably missed their mark to come out by like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. So I was like freaking out in the video. I'm like, this is the most boring thing I've ever shot. It's just like, it's quiet, and I know it was always creepy when I worked at Universal, and we'd be like walking the queue first thing in the morning, checking on out everything, and no music would be on yet. And it was just eerie.
I'm trying to think. Does everywhere on property have background music playing?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I mean, not like a lot of times when you're outdoors in some areas, no, but at least when you're like, if you're even going through like resorts and stuff, you hear that music.
It's weird how it's always like there. I don't think they had it toward the backlot area, but we had background music at Lights, Motors, Action, and that's why I hate the sound of that music. But that, like, it's because I've heard it for so long. But I it's one of those weird Disney things that you kind of is always there, but you're never really super aware of all the time. You know,
It's like at
Cool.
home when I don't have my music on, theme music going on in the background.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
I
too
can't.
quiet.
I don't yell at Kylie. I yell about this in front of Kylie many times. I don't like quiet. I like some kind of noise, whether it's the TV on without me watching it or just music playing in the background. About the only time I can put up with no ambient noise is when I'm driving, because the sounds of the road beneath my car that's falling apart is enough. And I probably
Well,
actually
at some
should be.
Point, you need to be listening to this thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of times it's out of my own safety.
I've had enough pieces
Well,
of
what was
crap to
that?
know. There's a new noise. Oh my gosh. Is it life threatening? You know?
I like walking down or wherever I'm at and guessing what the next song is going to be on the loop, because it's like you've heard them so many times and you're like, okay, now they're going to lead into. And Kitty goes, really? You pay attention? It's like, well, when you go to the parks that much, you do know what the songs are in the loop.
I mean, if you work there, you really know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
listen,
you really-
at Blizzard Beach, I think in one shift, I heard UB40's Red Wine like
and
in a row.
and it never changes. It's that
It's just the
same
same
loop
one.
there still to this day. I feel like.
Red wine.
That's
so fun. Okay.
Now everybody's going to sing it.
Stuck in my head.
Red
That's a good song.
wine. Okay, Hidden Mickeys is the next on the list. Mickey Mouse is probably the epitome of Disney, and Hidden Mickeys, outlines of Mickey's head, permeate every aspect of Disney parks, from attractions to utilities and much more. Guidebooks exist on where to find them throughout Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and Hidden Mickey scavenger hunts are a common activity for seasoned park visitors looking to try something different. Hidden Mickeys, is this a less obvious special touch that makes Walt Disney World more magical?
Oh, I think it's cool that they added that. It's just something else. You know, if you've been there however many times, even your first time, it's sort of fun to find a hidden Mickey in a spot you wouldn't have thought of.
I think Disney fans spot hidden Mickeys everywhere, just in their daily life.
In their daily life,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
You do.
It's like, that looks like a
One
Mickey.
time in the cat's water bowl, 3 little bubbles popped
Yeah.
up, and it was like a hidden Mickey.
I was going to say something else with bubbles, but I'm not going to. It's like, whoa.
I could take
I
the
bet a
lead,
hidden Mickey.
I don't need Hidden Mickeys.
No, the point is you don't need them,
need
but it's just sort of fun when you find one.
If they never made another Hidden Mickey anywhere ever, I wouldn't be like that.
Really?
That was sad. I missed when they used to have Hidden Mickeys. I think it's because I think some people actually attach themselves to it to the point where they want to start believing that stuff is a hidden Mickey that wasn't before. Kind of like Rhino wants to make walls out of stuff that aren't actually like photograph spots. It's just a freaking wall.
Suddenly you're not arguing.
You can turn anything into a magical photo spot when you're with me.
Oh my!
So
Are we done yet?
no. There's
still
one
more. That's what this should title this episode on YouTube.
Is it walls? Is it walls?
It's not. That is not a less obvious magical touch that makes Walt Disney World better. This one, there was a kind of a caveat to it. It was cleanliness, but with hopefully. And I'm not going to go into the description of that, but we all know that Disney's supposed to be cleaner than other places, and that's less. It's supposed to be a less obvious
I thought he
special
was talking about
touch.
personal hygiene. No, he's talking about.
That does not
It's-
exist.
No.
I would agree with this but then again, like, I notice when a place is clean. So it's not something that's not obvious to me. I think, like, it's the full spectrum. I can tell when a place is clean, and I can tell when a place is messy.
You know it's not clean? Duck poo.
Right?
Bringing it back to number 1.
Right?
I think that's
Full
actually
circle.
number 2.
The worst day of Corey's life is when he was cleaning duck poo out of the Blizzard Beach water slides while listening to Red Red Wine.
They're called AFRs.
Advanced feces retrieval.
Accidental.
I don't know. I think that this is a thing where Disney has not been as clean as it has been in the past lately. Specifically, we talk about it on the show a lot. The bathrooms are never as clean as you want. And I witnessed a cast member coming in because I was like, oh, how do they clean? Because sometimes people, let's face it, people are disgusting. And so it's not just on the cast members, it's on the guests being terrible, with how they are about anything, just throwing garbage wherever they are. But I don't know. It's hard to keep up with how disgusting people are sometimes, and I think Disney does a good fight. But there are other places I go in the world that are also just as clean that I'm like, okay.
I'm sure I have a lot of things I'm OCD about. Cleanliness is one of them. But I'll say that, not is that I'm a clean freak. I'm very messy. So anytime I go anywhere, I immediately judge it based on, is it cleaner than my house?
Didn't your wife
or
just
is it
find
messier than my
19
house?
to-go cups in your car this
yes.
weekend?
Listen,
But no, that's what I'm saying though.
messy and clean.
18?
19.
Yes, but see that. So
And there's
that's
still more. I didn't mention that, by the way. There's still more.
I know I'm messy. I'm admitting to that, but I know what you're getting with that. It's more of disorganized versus
Clutter is
Yeah.
not filth.
exactly
Right.
But I look for that anywhere I go.
clean
The
hoarder.
first thing
Go ahead.
I do is I walk into a place and I look for that. Is it cleaner than what I am? Is it more organized than what I am, or is it messier? And it's just something that bothers me. So I will say I get joy out of the fact when I walk into a person's house and I'm like, oh, we're good. We don't have to organize that much.
Wow.
And then there's other times where I'm like, I want to live in a hotel room where it's just all stark and
Perfect.
bland.
I have to keep a clean desk. Like,
Do
if I'm
you?
working on a big project, I'll clean my whole desk.
I'm
and
more
make sure
productive when it's clean.
Yeah.
I am
But
too.
in my house, you walk in, the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen, and the one bathroom are most always clean. But don't look in the bedroom or the office because, it's going to be, it's clean, but it's cluttered. Right?
But I
and
agree.
Disney, I think I very rarely see something that disgusts me at Disney.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is anymore now, everyone I know looks for if something's clean or dirty, and they comment on if something's clean or dirty. So while Disney might have once been known, and they make the joke on Roseanne that Roseanne's walking along throwing popcorn on the ground, and they're constantly sweeping up every kernel as walks on by. That was the standard back in the day, and that's what Disney is. They keep everything clean. But
I remember. Tell me that this is true, but I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to ask Corey.
Okay.
When I was little, I heard that every night they repaint the posts and everything
No.
to make them look fresh the next day.
I mean, they're always cleaning and painting, but I don't think it's every night.
I heard that when I was a kid, thinking, "Wow, it must be the perfect."
Why haven't
place.
you ever asked your husband as he's crawling around bushes if he sees people painting?
Always at Universal, crawling around bushes.
I will tell you.
We should do a whole.
Well, I know
show
at
on the
Blizzard
stuff
we
he finds
bleached
in
every
those
day,
bushes.
every morning, every day.
That would be a fun show.
As working at both places, I can tell you that there are many points where I said Universal does a better job at taking care of their stuff.
Well, the stuff he pulls out of the bushes every night is crazy.
Sure.
Oh yeah, all the rats. I'm joking.
No, not. I'm talking. I can't tell you what he's found, but whatever.
We'll talk off the show.
Yeah.
So because of that, we're gonna just wrap up because I want to hear now what Kelvin's finding in bushes. That's the show for me. So that's gonna do it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next week for another episode. Until then, everyone, have a good one.